Guys, so today I decided to do a video on recorded this AMPE trade. I was looking at it today because of a giant gap down that you'll see basically on bad news that it had. Not necessarily just buying it because of a giant washout, it got lower priced, whatever, yada yada yada. I'm buying it based off of the fact that it based in the morning, kind of perked off and held the vwap level that you can see, with the blue line as well. I have the 100 because I really like that. Didn't really notice it until the one breakout, so I chased that one breakout with a little bit bigger starter size in this account, 101s, 102s in my swing account. Kind of fully expecting this to retrace. Maybe I was expecting all the way back to 150s, so I initially took that starter, a little bit bigger size, just because I was kind of late to it, well aware of the risk off of 94s, so I was happy with the risk reward as well. And number three, the SSR is on. So with that, you can expect some like slams. So my first initial reaction was to, with the starter, take some profits, give myself a little bit of room to be patient on the trade, which you can see coming up here. I take off basically, I think it was a third or a fourth, I can't remember, at the 110s, 110, 111 area, just because I saw it still out. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up here as well. You'll see the executions with the red arrows, and I'll find another spot to kind of continue. And then as soon as it makes this pull here, I'm actually interested in buying a dip. But what you'll see when you see this green arrows, I put an order in early, but I decided to take that order out because I wanted to actually see a base and then perk off a base versus just buying that, possibly retesting even lower. So there's my order. Then I cancel it pretty much immediately, and I want to wait for a base around the 103s, 105 area. So now when you see this, you'll see me put in my order because I saw it base of the 103s. I was more happy with that. Then it immediately starts to perk off of that, and that's because of the SSR. It'll start to get these wild, violent moves to the upside. And I was happy with my entry of the reback of the sells that I had. So, essentially I'm now fully risking based off of that line that I drew on the screen there. So if it peaks out there, I just go ahead and take off the rest. With probably a small loss with the remainder. But I was pretty confident with this that it was not going to retest vwap, and if it did, I would still allow it to kind of trade around there. So. And then right in this area, there's two spots. Number one, I'm risking off the 104s, and then I'm also, I think if you saw it there, I'm basically anticipating a 110 break. So if 110 peaks, I would expect it to grind around 106s, 107s for a while. So once it breaks through that, I'm kind of hoping that 110 becomes a base, but I'm still okay with it dropping back to the 105s, 104s. And then on this test of the 113s, I wanted to break through that, but I actually did almost chase into that, but I said, you know what, I'd rather let it break and then buy it specifically, you know, based off of the 115 area versus just a random 113 push. And then I think I did add, I'm trying to add there, I can't remember what that order was, but I think I wanted to add it on this dip specifically with the 108s area at risking. So right here I kind of see something in level 2 where I decide to add in some more. Basically going full size at this point with all the shares that I have in the two accounts. And as you can see with the line that I'm drawing here, it never really breaks that trend. And if it does break that trend, you know, it's something to be a little bit concerned about if it peaks out of that. But I was happy with taking the additional shares at the 114 based off of that action on level 2. Still now with that full risk on 108's area, because now my average has been increased to about 105, 106 I think it was. So I'm still happy with that. I still want to see a little bit more of a different action, and I'll highlight it specifically when it actually breaks through the actual high of the day and the kind of the difference of what level 2 looks like at that point. And then on this pull here, I'm worried that the 110s will break through that, but I'm still okay and able to be comfortable. Number one, I've locked in profits. Number two, the 100 and the VWAP is still below that. So I'm still happy with my size, my risk, even though it did just barely break that line. And, you know, it's still bullish 100% in my eyes. Something to take note of, and when you watch level 2 here, once it actually breaks through these 14s into the 15s, that you'll start to see, and you can even see it here right now, that the bid side is pretty much stacked, versus earlier there wasn't as many market makers on that side. So this kind of lets me know anybody who was shorting kind of into that 110 pull 10 minutes ago is likely short, and they're likely trying to get out for a small loss. And you know, there's specific things that I look for, and the fact that it's still based off 110, then it based off 111 and 12 on those three little candles, but this was pretty close to its actual breakout point. So then right here you can see it rush through the 15s. Everybody's starting to market buy. I changed my monitor there, so there it went back into that. I was a little early on my sells on this one. You'll start to see the red mark show up, so just kind of be aware of that. I sold most early in this account and then the rest in the swing account. And so as you can see there, I sold half, and then I got an itchy trigger finger, sold the rest. Obviously a little bit before the actual big move that I was expecting. And you can kind of see that if you go back to the video, that I was kind of thinking 40s where my mouse was. And at this point now I'm thinking 50s with little crosshairs that you can see. And then we get a halt here. So that was pretty awesome to actually have the halt. So, I mean, with that halt, you can expect it to generally, if it's a halt to the upside, open higher. I wasn't expecting that much higher, but I mean, you can kind of just, you know, take a good guess of 150s in that area. So in this account, I'm all out. In the other one, I still have those shares left. And, you know, I'm excited. I'm like, oh, maybe it'll open 160, somewhere like that, somewhere crazy. But once it opens here, then I want to try and give it a chance to break through 150s, go 160s and get rid of it. But it just kind of struggled in the 142 areas. And so I think after this test right here, 147, 148s, it pulled back again, and then it pulls up again, and then I think I ended up selling it. I think it was 42s was the last amount. So I feel like overall good trade. 40% on anything is, I think, pretty decent. But the thing that you want to kind of notice is this is my favorite pattern, the ABCD move, the break of the high of the day, and then the continuation with especially SSR kind of fueling it higher. So that was pretty much the end of the trade there. Hopefully you guys learned that, rewatched a few times, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions below.